And welcome, gears and girls. My name is Gadgets, and this is episode 44 of Forever Stranded. So, to start off with, I'm going to go into this one where we had to kill mobs. Now I've done pretty much all of them except for I've got a few spiders to kill. And it turns out that there's just a little bug with that quest. So if I go down here, and where I'm spawning spiders, and if I break in to where I'm spawning spiders, and we have a lovely spider here, and I try to kill him and not. So, whoops. Maybe not that one. That one didn't. I don't think that one counted. But if we wait for a spider to spawn, it shouldn't be too long. You can see our witches spawning over there as well. We can probably speed this process up by speeding this up. But that's enough. There we go. And if I think it's here. Maybe one more. And we can get to him. There we go. So it's one, so we need one more spider. So I'm just going to open this entire thing up. One more. There we go. Now we can see all the spiders when they spawn. Come on, I need one more spider. So, come on, die. There we go. And then we can replace this. And shouldn't be dying, yeah. What's going on there? And this should have the rest of my blocks because it doesn't go anywhere. But basically, now if we go into our questing, it's going to say that we've killed all our spiders. Okay. Before it was bugging out, so it wasn't actually counting. But it now means that we've finished that and we get to choose one of two rewards. I don't know if this growth crystal thing works, but we don't really need it. I would like the machine frames, so I'm going to claim that one. Or I'm going to select that one. And we get our 10 experience, so you, and not letting us do it. There we go. Did it do it? We got out. Alright, so let us do the loot chest, but not the frames. Double compressed sand, double compressed gravel. Okay, that's would be nice at the start. And carpet. Lovely. So that's pretty useless to us. Now, last episode we were playing with. I'm going to check those in the blocks section. We were playing with our power gen. Now, I've had to change it a little bit. So basically, I've stacked it back up the way it was. And I've got these running. I moved this guy over to the back and stuck our water tank here. And then at the back here, we've got filters on this pulling out fresh water only. And this guy's like creating fresh water. And then this guy's creating salt. This guy's creating dough. And each one of these is filtered to only pull out that item. And then this one's creating flour. And again, only pulling that out. And then this ender chest here, which is black, green, has 64 of each thing, including bone meal, which is getting fed into these via the ender IO pipes. So it's pulling out a white and pumping into white in there. And then they're all pushing. So I found out that these guys need to push into a chest. So they're pushing into these drawers, which is separating. And they're set on to like delete, so I've got a void upgrade on them. And then this one, because this one only makes potatoes and doesn't have any extra, it doesn't need to void anything. But then that's all coming up to here, and we are making a ton of beef Wellington. And the way that, and then on each side of this, I've got this one's pulling out glass bottles, this one's pulling out sand, and this one's pulling out raw beef. And then these are only letting a single stack of each thing that's filtered for it. So this one's freshwater salt flour, so that's going to make dough. And this one's mushroom, spinach, dough, and raw beef, which makes our beef Wellingtons and so forth. And then to speed them up a little bit, what you can do is get your wrench, and if you right click on the ends here, you can say, well, you're only going to look in that direction. So it looks in this direction up to here, and then this one says you guys are going to look down, and then you can't look anymore. So then you're going to go across this way and start looking in this direction. You can't look down this pipe because this one is only coming from this direction. And so then they start looking through here. So it just speeds up the process, because this has to go through, it goes through 0, blah, 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 all, each one, until it finds a spot where it can put it. And same with these as well. So it goes along here, and then it can't go down this row because this is only an inlet. So it goes across here and then does all of these. And that's that. And then I added flaxseed because I was wondering if it would work, and it did. So then I'm pulling what's the name? String and flaxseed. It's also got a void upgrade on it. Then that's coming in here and making silk mesh, which has all got 64. And then these are all taking silk mesh, and they're not sifting faster than the silk mesh can be created from this little one thing here. So it's running quite nicely. And also I've killed a ton of withers in between and made up unbreaking on each one of these, which seems to be lasting. And all of this is now backstuffed. I think we're up to trying to backstuff dust now. And then in each one of these I've segregated it to each type. So yeah, platinum ore, sorry, not the ore, the broken ore, crushed ore, and powdered ore. And then these one does like random whatever, just to fill the gap. And then they're all pulling out from here, going into this chest first, and then they're getting sorted, either ending up into here and into this chest, which is the main chest for over there. And this one is pulling out the extra. So like the glowstone and everything like that. So now we have this setup all running, and like unlimited power all set up and running, because this is like, we can chuck like a fair few of these, because this is like stupid amounts of power just waiting to be used. And this is all set up and running, but I had to make one of these, a slave controller, which allows you to interact with all the drawers as though it's a controller. And basically what I'm doing is I've got each one of these mini chests here, which hold 64 of like one stack of each thing. And then I've got a filter on here saying you can only have a single stack of each one of these. And then it's just pumping, keeping these ones full, and then keeping these ones full, which is then in turn keeping these ones full. So there's backups on top of backups on top of backups. I moved this guy over to here, and I chucked 2 buckets, so it's always got a full bucket and always got an empty water, so we should never run out of water now. And that's just our obsidian creation and our dirt creation. So the only other thing I did was clean up this. So each one of this has our fish, so we can just come up here and right click with our lunchbox, and it will give us fish that we haven't eaten. So our lunchbox is pretty good. And then I'm putting all our enchanted stuff over here, and then remainder stuff, and then anything that needs to get thrown gets thrown. That's about it. I also built this up so that the withers, because I was getting sick of having to rebuild it, so I chucked obsidian on the ground so that it won't get exploded. And yeah, so that's pretty much everything I did in between. It was just more cleaning up everything. Move that around, nothing else really to show there. But we are pretty much all set. Made us clean up all of this inventory as well, which is pretty awesome. I've got some leftover nether stars, which I want to use a little bit later on. But today I want to get into Ender.io because I'm sick and tired of crafting, and before I get into that, I want to start getting auto crafting up in some form of fashion. Like, I don't want to be coming down here, flying up, grabbing what I need from there. I want to just go to one system and grab it. And the problem is, applied Energistics requires a lot of material. So these guys require inscribers, but like we don't have the ability to make this, and that's like really expensive. And I know that there's a place, because I've seen it, that you can go to get stuff, but I'm not willing to risk my life yet. Like, we've only got 2 lives left. So I would like to get this one finished off before we go and try to get into AE stuff. I know it would be easier, but yeah. But what we can do though is get a little bit of AE done, so we can get these crystals, the flux crystal stuff done, and the pure stuff done, because that's actually fairly easy. So if we grab couple of you, couple of you, couple of you, and some sand is upstairs. We need some redstone. It's redstone. I can't remember. So nether quartz, redstone, and redstone dust. Okay, so it's quartz, so we need 3 more quartz. Yeah? Looks. So, oh no, it's charged, surface quartz, nether quartz, and redstone. So we need charged, not normal. So he's changed the recipe to make it the hard one. So now I've got a puddle I prepared earlier. So let's check. You in there, you in there, and you in there. And that should give us those. Quests starting up AE. We have 6 of those. Lovely. And then we need the sand for this. So we need to make, and we need to grind this as well. So where are we going? We're going down here. So sand and you. gives us those, and gives us these. So that's those two, and the other one is surface quartz. And then we need to crush up one of you. So these don't despawn because they take forever. So I'm just going to, this is the reason why the puddle's all the way back here, because I'm just going to chuck these in here and get them started. And we'll come back to that later. So that's that side of that done. We won't need this for a long time. Get rid of it. But what I am going to do is we're going to make the Ender IO one, which will help us a lot more. So we need this guy, some dark steel, remote, which is silicon, which I was making up, and a bunch of other stuff. So we might need electrical steel. Electrical steel, dark steel, and silicon to make an Eye of Ender, which is fairly easy. And we should have everything we need for that. Let's make a stack. So you and you. 16, 32. Why the hell not? We are making blaze powder and blaze rods and everything like no tomorrow now, so crafting stuff doesn't really matter. And then that. So we're gonna need a few of those. And that's right, I was making up a bunch of that because I knew I was going to be needing it. So we need one for the crafting and then a couple for other stuff later on. Give me a stack. Or two. I'm just going to grab 5 of those. Then the next thing we need is a witch and an ender head. So we need ender head because we need to make this guy. I think we have all the solarium and stuff, but let's see. This one. You, and yeah. Not that one, this one. So off you go. We need a witch. You, which should be easy to get. So let's just grab you and I don't know. There we go. One witch. That's also why I've got the back on this as well, so I can get the creepers' hearts from them by shearing them and making them cry. I'll have to show you that one time soon too. So our witch, so you should be done. This is going to take forever, so you and witch and 4 points or 4 XP. Oh wait, that's actually really quick. That's unbelievably quick. But I shall take it. So we have all of that. Now we need the crystal and all of that stuff, which is the blue one. So we need Enderman and Vibrant. Do we? Oh no, it's the easy one. So it's just this and diamond, which diamonds are downstairs. This is sort of what I want to prevent, is having to go and get stuff. So let's do, I don't know, like that many. Inventory panel. I need 2 of you. Cool. Now, do I have everything? No, I don't have a fluid tank. Alright, let's go get a fluid tank. So, tanks I think are in here. Or in here. There we go, 2 tanks. Inventory panel, go! Lovely! So basically what we can do with this bad boy is, if we grab some conduits, which are here, and if we head on down, now I'm going to set this up a little bit differently, but this is just a good way to do it to show. But if we chuck that there, and disable you, and grab you, put you onto in-out, doesn't really matter, whatever it has, and we put one of these guys in here, and then we chuck our inventory panel, it's not going to work, but okay, it should go on there. There we go. Shift click. And then we need to set this guy to in out and always active. And always active. Alright, you can't see it, it's offline because we need nutrient distillation for it to run. It doesn't run on power, it runs on nutrient distillation. So we need a vat to get onto that. So where's our vat? Vat. Yeah, vat. Which is a couple of tanks, machine frame, a furnace, electrical steel, and a cauldron. All fairly easy to get. And I think we'll have to do it downstairs. Again, why I want to get away from this. Now, and no, no. Glass, where's my glass? I don't have any glass. Oh no, there it is. It's a block, isn't it? And do I have... Obviously not, no. Okay. I have these though. That's what I need as well. So, we need this, so we need that. Grab you. And then do this one, so we only need 1. And, no, that's a farming station. We want a cauldron. And this bad boy. That's again a farming station. Oh, and then we need a furnace, which I'm pretty sure I got a bunch of furnaces. Because I was going to make a ton of culinary generators, but we didn't end up needing all of them. Now, let's head on down. And this guy needs water, so I'm just going to hook it into this for now. And knock that off. So it's going to get power from this guy. And we're going to set this side to push. So it should get water. And then we need sugar, which we should have. How many heads do we have? We'll grab a stack of heads. Probably best not to use heads, but we have plenty, so... And I grabbed niter, not sugar. Sugar. How are we going? Oh, we got a full stack anyway, so that's good. If we chuck that in there, it's going to take some of this, it's going to put it into here, make up some nutrient distillation for us, and while it's making that up, I'm going to grab a bucket. Cool. And it shouldn't take too long. So 500, so we need at least 1,000. I think we can right click it. Pretty sure we don't need to pull it out with a tank. But hey, you never know. In the meantime, what we can do is we're going to also make this guy, the tiny inventory, which requires a ton of these. Okay. Basically, this is sort of like the Enderai storage. It's not great, but it's very good. It's a good mid-tier. So we need 3 chests, dark steel bars, which I'm pretty sure I've got. Dark steel bars, don't need any more you. Actually I do, because I need to make up another one of the chest things, one of these. And I don't have any iron, do I? Let's grab you. Let's see if we can do it here. You know what? Nutrient distillation should be done. There we go. And then if we right click on this, it will turn on and we'll be able to see everything. And the cool thing is, now what we can do is, we were in the process of making this guy. So we can say that, and it's going to pull everything that we want. And then we can say set it to clear, and it'll go into the return area, and if it can return it, it will. And if it can't, it will just stay in that little bottom area. And it will just chew a little bit of nutrient distillation every time. So we've got that. Now what we need is this guy. We'll grab 16 of those. And then a chest, which... Really? Okay. Can you go through until oak chest? Thank you very much. Let's grab a few of those. Clear that. And that's just going to pull out. The only thing is too, it pulls out as fast as like these pipes can go, and that's it. So it might take a little bit of time to pull out sometimes. And I need another one of you. But it makes crafting this stuff a whole lot easier. What am I missing now? Oh, the chests aren't on me. Maybe. There we go. Yeah, chests weren't on me. So that's the tiny inventory, and basically what this is like a little inventory thing. The only thing is, you can't interact with it. If I remember correctly, you need the inventory controller. I'm pretty sure. Inventory sensor? No, that sensors inventory. No, I did not want to do that. I wanted to hit it the other way. Disabled. Oh yeah, so you can't see anything in it because this guy doesn't have the remote access in it. Once it has a remote access in it, you can then see anything that this is connected to. And you can't put anything or pull anything unless you have always active. But I'm pretty sure you can't. But we will just do it anyway. Always active. Now, I can't remember. I'm pretty sure you can pipe into it with a hopper. You need some way of piping into it. It's sort of like a giant crate. So if I put you in there, you're not going to go anywhere. There's a way of interacting with this. I wish I could remember. It might be the inventory sensor. Creative basic. Power, no. Monitor, no. Item buffer, power buffer. I think it is a sensor. So we'll just make this up real quick. So we need redstone. So redstone and you. And a little bit of quartz. Let's grab punch actually. Like always, my inventory is filling up like no tomorrow. Oh, that makes conductive. What's the redstone? Oh, I remember. It's silicon and redstone. So 3 and 3. Okay, so you need this. Okay, and you please. You please, and also frame. Bars 2, really? I'm missing 2 bars. Let's chuck you away because we don't really need you. Get that going. Don't need the eyes anymore. Don't need this guy anymore. The reason why I want to move, create this is because I want to move all of this. And next episode, we'll probably get this stuff going so that we can move on with it and finish off that quest as well. I've got you. I've got you. I needed the iron to make some more of these. And inventory sensor. My understanding of this though is that it only senses the inventories that are around it. Start when 1 RF. Yeah. So if I was like to chuck you there, too far away. So let's just stick you beside this for now. Start when 32, stop when. So it places stuff. Then if I chuck you on this, and put you in there. Yeah, no. I can't remember. Alright, well, I'm going to have to try to remember how to make this. I might make this up to a warehouse if I can. The other thing I was going to do is we're not actually going to sit this guy here, sitting on top of the controller here. Unless, how far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it'd have to go here. We could do that. We might move it, or we might not. I don't know. But if we move it, we'll make another one of these and hook it up. But I'll probably do all of that on camera. In between, I might make up a few more of these, a few more of this and these tiny inventory things and try to work it out. Because it's just basically upgrading with like a chest all the way up to the top. So basically, if we go tiny, the one is small, which we should have everything. Maybe it's not clicking in because we've already used it. Hang on. We might need to reset that. There's nothing in it anyway, so should be okay. I need to small. Hey? Tiny chest plates. Okay. Let's see. Tiny chest plates. There we go. And then we just do that. We get medium, big, large, huge, and then we're out of those, so let's grab some chests. Dark oak. Thank you. Enormous, and the next one should be huge storage. I think that's big. Storage system, inventory storage system, extended warehouse. So we need one more, which I think we can make just quickly now. I know we're going a little bit over, but I always go over time. So shouldn't be anything new. You. And then switch you for you. Grab those back. And then one more. You, and you. This should give us enough storage for everything we need. I'm going to go work out how I interact with it, because I have no clue. I really can't remember. But once we get it all up and running, it should be okay. I thought it was just like you could connect it like that, but you can't. Alright, I know you can't see in it, that's why you need that, this guy here, but I'm going to go look into that, and we will see you next time. Alright, if you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to hit that subscribe and like, and we will see you next time. Alright, later. Okay, so I'm back just real quick because I worked it out and it's a tiny little thing. It needs power. So if we connect power to it, and then we go like so, our conduits now connect to it. So if I just quickly go upstairs and grab I don't know, where is it? Tape, 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 tape. Maybe here? Yep, there we go. Tape. And head on back down. So I want my warehouses to be here. So I'm going to put them there. And grab some tape and go you and you. Break this. And I'm going to break this guy and put a slave controller here. So break you and put you there. And then we're going to put our controller here, which that should update and sort all that out. I'm going to make a couple more of these. So we'll have this entire section right in the middle here full of these guys, and they should run off of that. This guy should be getting power now. And this should all be emptying. Yes, lovely. It's all updated and it's all happy. I don't really need these out the front now, so we're just going to hide them in the back. I guess they can sort of... We'll hide them at the top here. So they can go there and there. I don't really need to see clay or anything. And then we're going to go... I guess here would be a good enough spot. You're going to be disabled. And you're going to be both in and out and always active. And I'm also going to set this one to priority 10. And then you're going to be in and out and always active. And I'm going to set this one to priority -10. And then we're going to check out a thing in here that sees. So one vision in there. Why can't I do that? One in there. I don't know why I can't put it in there just yet, but we'll see. You're going to be in, out, always active, and priority 1. Actually, no priority. Now can I put you in there? No, I can't. Okay, but if I put this here, it should now go away into here, and we should see it here. And that's actually getting stored there, because if you have a look, there's no stone here. So this guy can hold 540 stacks of whatever we want. So I'm going to move all my stuff. So obviously I don't need one of these guys, the remote access on it, to see this. But I really want to see those warehouses. So I'm going to create a few up there. And then we'll run it out the back and up. I'll move this as well. It can live right there for now. Okay, but that's basically how it works. I'm going to fill up with this as well. I should have a few buckets in here. Oh, 2 buckets, wow. Okay, can I put you back? No, I can't. Oh well. We have a spare bucket. It can live inside there. So, if you enjoyed, sorry for that. It's a little bit extra, but I figured I could do it. I could do it now so you guys could see, because I want to move all of this stuff down into that big area so we don't have to have it up here. So I don't think I have 500 stacks of items here. Even individual items. But with that, guys, yeah, we'll see you next time. Later.